A member of the SafeMoon community has asked the CEO in the SafeMoon Discord about more information of what's going on with the exchange. And the SafeMoon CEO actually did respond, giving us a little bit of new information. Kind of. Well, what exactly did he say? What's going on? I'm going to get into that in just a moment. I want to let you know, as usual, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research. I highly encourage you to go do your own research. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into the news. This question coming from When Hoverboard saying, any transparency or like a quick 2-minute video on what you guys are waiting on with relation to the exchange release would be greatly appreciated. The more transparent the team is, the more the trust is restored with me personally. Delays happen, and if they happen, you won't hear me complain if we know why something was delayed. That's my personal take on the product releases. Now, I actually agree with this. When you look at SafeMoon and its history, Ryan used to work with the team, and when we had a delay with the SafeMoon wallet, Ryan actually communicated with the community about this. He shared screenshots of the email correspondence with that of Apple. So it's very clear to the community what was being held up and what steps that the SafeMoon team had taken themselves and what we were just kind of having to wait on the other party on, right? I appreciated that. I would love to see more instances of things like that if it is possible. Some people may look at that and say, well, you're being too demanding. All these other companies don't do those kinds of things. But just because other companies don't do things doesn't mean that they can't do those things. Now, some things, like I said, legally speaking, okay, maybe, yes, you cannot do those things. But as we've seen through history, again, when Ryan was working, there are instances where you can. And it has a lot of value. Adds value for trust, especially. So in response to this question, the CEO of SafeMoon had this to say: no 2-minute video needed. Compliance is the main holdup, and I will not rush that. In-house legal is handling that. So at this stage, what is holding up the exchange? According to the CEO, it's compliance. It's legalities. These things can take time. I've mentioned this in previous video, but I'll mention it again. I'm having to deal with the courts right now for probate. My mom died, and probate just got started. It's about 10 months later since my mom died, and it's just now starting. It's estimated to take 3 to 4 years. That's what it's been reported to me on before this is all finished. Now, you're talking about cryptocurrency. You're talking about a space that is emerging. Regulation, there's not a lot that's out there right now, but it's growing. Many people, politicians, regular individuals, are calling for more regulation. Yeah, there's a group of people that don't want more regulation, but you're going to see it. It's going to happen. You may not want it. It's going to happen. So when you look at the blockchain, you look at the exchange, well, sorry, more specifically, let's go back to just the exchange. When you look at the exchange, what kind of an exchange are they building out? If it's a run-of-the-mill exchange, then it might be more quick to be able to get put out. But what if you got some sort of unique little gimmick feature that you want to include in, and that's what's going to make you stand out from all the other competition? For example, maybe the cryptonomics. Just, again, it's an example. Those extra features may make the way that the exchange is qualified or a certain license that you need because of the way that the money is being handled, that could make it take longer. And some of these things might be so new to the space that compliance, the approval process, like, well, who do we talk to make sure that we're okay with this? And then those people, do they have to do extensive formal reviews because they haven't had this presented to them before? And they got to have conversations and rulings to find out whether or not it's even okay. Are things being passed back and forth? Are things just being delayed all the time? We could potentially, I'm not saying it will happen. Again, this is just hypothetical. But you could see a circumstance where a run-of-the-mill type exchange does come. But that could also be a byproduct of the fact that they wanted to add in additional features and it wasn't going anywhere through the approval process and it's taking way too long. And you have to make a judgment call. Do you just go ahead and drop that feature because you don't know if it ever will go and you're missing an opportunity, the bigger picture, and maybe you can always add that in later on, right? If that's a situation, then they may just say, you know what, forget that for now. Let's just go ahead and launch the generic exchange. But if something like that was to happen, you know what the community is going to say? And it's realistic. A lot of people in the community would say, you made us wait all this time for just a generic exchange. That could happen. And then even if the company said, well, we had other features we wanted to add in, but like it was taking too long, this and that, a lot of people might look at that and be like, oh yeah, right, okay, or whatever. But I'm telling you right now, if that ends up happening, just be mentally prepared. Something like that could happen. Maybe not necessarily that, but something like that could end up happening. I hope it doesn't happen like that. It'd be nice to have an exchange that has additional features that makes it stand out. But let us know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Okay, last thing that I have for you guys is this right here, which I teamed up with MEXC Global. And with MEXC Global, if you use that referral link, you can get a $25 SafeMoon airdrop. You can get an entry into a $1,000 giveaway. You can get a 10% discount on your trades on their platform. This is a top cryptocurrency exchange available in the United States, and SafeMoon is a crypto that's traded on there as well. So this is for a limited time. You can find the reference link down in the description and find out what you need to do to qualify for these things. Again, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please go do your own research. Thank you very much to my Patreon supporters. A double shout out thank you to Velimir Brockovich, We Love SafeMoon.com, Murad Shaker, Victor Vegas, and SafeMoon Oz for being higher level patrons. Also, thank you to my YouTube members for your guys' support. God bless you guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button, and we will see you in the next episode.